Let's talk about blood vessels. Blood vessels are the conduits through which blood is pumped throughout the whole body. Like we've discussed previously, arteries, which we see in this picture as red, take blood away from the heart, whereas veins take blood towards the heart. So in this depiction right here, this represents the left coronary artery, and this right here represents the left internal jugular vein. This right here is the left external jugular vein. This image right here is just trying to show a basic depiction of blood flow from the hearts and back to the hearts. In its simplest form, arteries take blood away from the hearts and veins take blood towards the hearts. Between veins and arteries, we find capillary beds, and that is where exchange of nutrients and gases and waste products occur. When I say exchange, I'm suggesting exchange between the circulatory system, between the blood vessels, and the tissue that those blood vessels are traveling through. The Saladin anatomy text describes 3 types of arteries: conducting arteries, distributing arteries, and resistance arteries. The conducting arteries he describes as being somewhat akin to major freeways, and that's what we would see right here. This maybe would be the aorta. This is not a accurate anatomical depiction of this, but the aorta is certainly the largest artery in the body. Coming off of the conducting arteries are the distributing arteries, which Saladin describes as being the off-ramps from a freeway. And these have specific names. So this might be the renal artery taking blood directly to the kidneys. And then coming off the distributing arteries, off-ramps in Saladin's scenario, are the city streets. And those are the resistance arteries. So we have conducting arteries, distributing arteries, and resistance arteries. The smallest of the resistance arteries are the arterioles. So we have conducting arteries, distributing arteries, resistance arteries, arterioles, capillary bed. The smallest of the veins are venules, veins, and then back to the heart. Veins and arteries are made up of 3 layers or tunics. The outermost layer is known as the tunica adventitia or tunica externa. The intermediate most layer is the tunica media, and the layer towards the interior is the tunica intima or tunica interna. This right here represents the lumen. If we look at this image right here, this is showing the same thing. Outermost layer here is the tunica externa or adventitia. The middle layer is the tunica media, and the innermost layer is the tunica interna or intima. The innermost layer right here, the tunica intima, is composed of simple squamous epithelial tissue, otherwise known as endothelium. The endothelium is continuous with the endocardium that lines the chambers of the heart. Keep in mind the endocardium is simple squamous epithelial tissue, as is the endothelium, which is simple squamous epithelial tissue. The tunica media is composed of smooth muscle. The contraction relaxation allows for the vasoconstriction, vasodilation, overall the vasomotion of blood vessels, allowing the lumen to get smaller or larger respectively. And the tunica externa is composed of connective tissue. This is just showing a very basic depiction, a cross-section of that same blood vessel. Here's the lumen. Lining the lumen is the endothelium of the tunica intima. This is the smooth muscle of the tunica media. And this right here is the tunica adventitia.